family. Welcome to Eminem Brain Words. I'm Madi. And as always, I speak to you with my heart wide open. Today we carry a heavy but urgent message. We speak not only for ourselves, but for the littlest among us, our babies, our future.
And I'm Mohammed. This episode is deeply important. We are talking about a serious accusation that Nestlé, a global company, may be risking the health of African babies by adding too much sugar in their cereal infant cereal sold here on our continent. This is not just about business, this is about life, well-being, and justice.
A new investigations by the Swiss NGO Public Eye found that more than 90% of nearly 100 samples of nation's cereal, baby cereal, bought across more than 20 African countries, contain added sugar. Al Jazeera reports that, in some cases, this sugar content averages nearly 6 grams per serving.
And to put that in perspective, that is like 1.5 sugar cubes for a baby's meal. In some versions, tests reveal up to 7.5 grams per serving, almost 2 sugar cubes.
This is deeply troubling, according to Al Jazeera. The same Nestlé baby cereal in Swiss or European markets often has zero added sugar.
Civil society groups in Africa, 19 organizations to be exact, have written an open letter to Nestlé's CEO, calling out what they describe as double standards. If babies in Europe don't need added sugar, why should ours?
That's the biggest question mark we could ever leave to them. And this isn't just about taste, it's about health, long-term, lifelong health. The World Health Organization warns that early exposure to high sugar can influence a child's preference for sweet food later on in life.
Yes, the WHO guidelines are very clear. Children should drastically limit free sugars. That's sugars added to food or naturally presented in syrups, honey, juices, and such. They recommend keeping free sugars to less than 10% of the total energy intake and ideally reducing to below 5% for extra health benefits.
And on our continent, WHO's Africa office has sounded the alarm. Too much sugar is fueling a double burden. Undernutrition for some, obesity, and non-communicable diseases for others. We cannot ignore that.
Definitely, we cannot ignore that. We must talk. And Nestle, for its part, denies the worst allegations. According to Al Jazeera, the company says that public eye's findings are misleading and unfounded. They argue that not all the sugar measured is refined sugar. Some comes from natural ingredients like milk, cereals, or fruit.
They also say they are working. There are no other sugar variants of cereal already sold in many markets, including in Africa, and they plan to expand these by the end of 2025. They claim they comply with the Codex Alimentarius International Food Safety Standards. And why it feels unjust. But here is where our concern deepens. If Nestle is truly providing a less healthy version of their baby food to vulnerable communities, purely because of profit, that is a moral failing. We must ask, do African babies deserve less care? Do they deserve a different recipe?
Exactly. Health is not a privilege, it is a right. Every baby deserves food that nourishes without harming. When companies apply different standards based on geography or income, they undermine that right.
These aren't just numbers in a lab report. These are real children in Ghana, the Gambia, Guinea, Zimbabwe, Cameroon, Kenya, Senegal, whose future might be saved by what they learn to taste as infants.
Right. And what can we do? Like, what solutions do we need to apply? Hopefully, we must think as a community, as mothers, fathers, grandparents, caregivers, leaders. Here are some things we must demand and support: stricter regulation and transparency. Governments and regulatory bodies in African countries must demand full disclosure of added sugars on infant food labels. Civil society and consumer groups must push for stronger food safety regulations and enforcement. Affordable, nutritious alternatives. We need infant products tailored for our context, but also healthy, low or no sugar added. Support local, culturally relevant baby food producers who prioritize nutrition over profit. And also, public awareness and education. Caregivers must be informed, know how to read, label, understand risks, and also choose wisely. Healthcare workers, midwives, nurses should be trained to counsel on healthy infant nutrition, including risk of added sugar. Corporate accountability demand that Nestle and other baby food companies equalize their recipes globally. No more double standards. Advocate for regular independent testing of baby food sold in African markets.
A call to our community, to every parent listening, every auntie, every uncle, every grandparent. The food you give your children, these 6 months matters. The first 6 months actually matters deeply. Please take care to read, to ask, to choose carefully.
And to governments, regulators, civil society, we must not be silent. This is not just about a company's bottom line, it's about the health of a generation.
So Nestle and all large food companies, the future of Africa's children is not a market, it is a trust. May we always speak with love. May we always protect our children. And may we always rise, not just to build wealth, but to build health, dignity, and justice. And this is the end of this podcast. We thank you all, and we hope to protect our children. And we are your humble servants, we can say, the advocates for Africa and its children. We thank you all.
Like my brother said, we are here to serve Africa. Whatever we're doing is for the benefit of the whole continent. And this topic needs to go viral. People need to know about it because it is important, and our governments should be very strict about the products that they're allowing to come into our various countries. Because if Nestle is doing this, then probably there are other things that we don't even know about. But I hope this message is clear, and we appreciate the love and support that you guys have been giving us. And we hope we can all grow together, rise, and share more positive energy. Inshallah. Thank you.
All right. Like, share, and comment, and also follow. Bye for now.